What's up, everybody? Calvin Bui. They call me Captain Charisma. I'm with my boy
Anthony Kim.
Oh, I call you Tony.
Short for Tony.
Got it. You're Korean?
Yes.
I didn't even. Oh, we need to talk. I didn't know you're Korean. So you're a Korean American growing up in Cerritos, which is a small suburb of in between LA and Orange County.
So it's the last city before LA County touches Orange County.
Oh.
So everybody thinks we're Orange County,
But you're LA County.
We're old school 213-310. Yeah.
You sound like Ludacris with that area code song. So you are so it's a quaint city. I used to live in Cerritos for a little bit, but Cerritos now has changed so much.
Yeah, it has. It has a lot.
We are now in what city?
La Palma. So once you cross the riverbed from South Street to Orange Street, it turns into Orange County, and we're in the city of La Palma currently.
Got it. And we are at what restaurant?
Holy Smokes Barbecue.
With a W.
Yes, WHOLLY.
See? I had typed in holy, as in the Holy Grail.
Yes.
And then something in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania came up. So, we are going to do American barbecue. Is this 100% American? Do you do anything to it? Or do you bring some of that, Latin flavors, Korean flavors? I don't know what else you are. Maybe you're Ugandan from the waist down.
So we started off with our traditional American flavors. So we have our brisket, we have pulled pork, ribs, or our chicken.
I don't know what this thing is, dude. This looks like a Frisbee.
So we do the full spare ribs instead of doing baby back ribs. And the reason being is that we get better pricing for it, so we try to pass that pricing down.
I think the one thing that I noticed when I walked in here, the pricing is really, really aggressive compared to other barbecue spots I've eaten in the United States.
Okay, aggressive as in high, or?
No, just as in low.
Oh, okay.
As in low. I
Yes.
think the pricing is, dare I say, too low.
You know what? That might be a mistake on mine. This is my first restaurant. I've never been in the food industry, actually. I come from a construction background, and this came to be because my wife's dream was to have a restaurant, and my best friend's family actually was selling this restaurant, Paisanos. The Cadaros were selling it, and the stars aligned, and we ended up having this restaurant, Holy Smokes Barbecue.
Amazing. Let's turn the camera around, show you what we're going to be eating. I need you to explain everything that we're eating to the camera.
Yes.
We're going to turn it around. We're going to talk about the food. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about an issue that got me here. So I was watching the news. Somebody sent me some a YouTube clip. Basically, Tony's going to get evicted.
Well, we're not trying to get evicted.
He's not trying to get evicted, but there is an eviction notice floating somewhere.
Yes.
And so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what it's like to be a small business owner, a first-time restaurateur at age 38. 38.
Yes, sir.
Some of the hardships that we all go through as owners and chefs. And I think we'll end off with, I don't know, man, we'll figure it out.
Right.
You ready? Okay, here we go.
All right.
We turn this around. 1, 2, 3. Damn it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, here we go. Let's start off at the top side first.
Okay, so you have your pulled pork there with kimchi coleslaw. You have pickles in the middle, and then you have a barbecue aioli.
Now I'm going to ask you a question. When
Yes,
you
sir.
do your pulled pork, do you go nose to tail on the pulled pork? Is it just shoulder? Is it shoulder and belly?
Oh, so it's completely Boston butt, bone-in Boston butt.
Good.
Yes, sir.
And then you smoke it. You got a nice rub on the outside.
Yes.
Okay.
And we have a spritz that we use, and we use apple cider vinegar. And
Don't
we
tell
use
them the
apple juice.
secrets.
It's okay.
Tony!
It takes a lot of work to perfect it.
It does.
Yes.
Let's go to the next dish.
Yes. So this is our locked and loaded fries with brisket. So we have brisket on top, our fries with Cajun seasoning, and our SoCal comeback sauce on top.
What's the SoCal comeback sauce? And when you say comeback, is that C-U-M? It's C-O-M-E,
No,
right?
C-O-M-E. You'll keep you coming back for sauce.
Got it. Seriously, I asked a question. Next dish.
So this is our brisket sandwich, or our burnt end sandwich. It's also with kimchi coleslaw, pickles, and barbecue aioli. It's kind of out of place, not plated right now. It fell apart while it was waiting.
It's all right.
Yes,
it's all right.
sir.
Then we got this.
So we have our
I'm so sorry.
dry rub ribs, and then we have our chicken.
Okay.
We run chicken quarters, thighs and legs, so that it stays moist. We stopped running the half chickens because the breast and other parts were kind of getting a little dry. So
true.
we kept it with the dark meat. So this is our 2 combo plate with kimchi coleslaw, regular coleslaw, and we have tortillas here.
Which is a very Southern California thing. And
So this concept of Holy Smokes barbecue is truly Southern California barbecue, what I would see at me and my friends' barbecue. So we have esquite corn, corn in a cup, so instead of on the cob, and we have Cajun dirty rice. We have different things that from different ethnic groups that you would only see really in Southern California too.
All right, 4 dishes. There's 1 dish left to show.
So this is our 3 combo plate. We have our tri-tip here, we have our brisket, and then we have our pulled pork. We have a potato bun and a mixed coleslaw, a regular coleslaw, and a kimchi coleslaw.
You gotta go potato bun.
Yes.
I think that the softness of the potato bun beats any other bun out there.
Yes.
Okay, and then just look at that O-ring that was not painted on, that was not a magic marker. That is time.
Yes.
That is time. All right. Let me turn this thing around one more time. Damn it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, here we go. All right. Let me pull the camera down to show what we're eating. My head's cut off. Your head's not cut off. All right.
So we do need to eat this probably sooner than.
Well, when you say we, I don't think you're speaking French. I think you mean you and I. So let's.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do mama bird, baby bird. I'm not gonna chew it and then put it into your mouth. So you need to eat yours. I'm gonna eat mine that will switch. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You gotta try the chicken too, though. Here we go. I'll mama bird you.
Oh, mama bird me.
No,
Mama bird it up. Mama bird it up. Okay. So, working. Somebody's phone? Okay, so work. Somebody's phone?
Karen?
Somebody's phone? So, working in construction, you've been doing that all your life.
Yes.
And you've probably eaten at a lot of barbecue spots, a lot of roach coaches.
Oh, yeah.
What gave you, besides your wife, you just didn't Google how to do barbecue, did you?
So, no, it actually came from
Oh,
a lot of different things. When I was younger, me and my friends worked on fishing boats, and I started smoking fish.
I think you spoke something else. Seriously, I thought you were saying I smoked a bunch of weed, and then, and then I got an epiphany to do barbecue. Oh,
No.
I totally have it wrong.
No, not at all. So we
Okay.
started with smoking fish with like bonita and barracuda to save it because our parents were getting mad that our fridges were full.
It just fell off.
We try really hard here.
Smoke is a whole another flavor. It's a whole another component of your senses.
Yes.
And you can't, I mean, you can technically use liquid smoke,
You can,
but I am so against it. I am so against it. Okay, sorry.
no problem.
Smoke equals flavor, time renders off all the fat, and then you get something that's just juicy and succulent, and,
Yes.
and succulent,
Yes.
and it just permeates through the meat. I
Yes.
mean, a dry rub only gets you 1 millimeter of protein.
Yes.
Brine gets you too much liquid inside, so that when you do smoke, you get all this water evaporating, which I really, really hate. But when you go low and slow, you feed it mesquite, hickory.
So we use actually because so my favorite wood is hickory in itself, but because it's an East
Wow.
Coast wood, it's really hard to get out here, and it creates a huge carbon footprint. So I started using mixed oak around Southern California since we have white oak, we have red oak, and we have coastal oak. And then I also added pecan, which is a part of the hickory family.
This thing just falls right off. And if you don't like chicken skin, you can unfriend me and unsubscribe now, because I love chicken skin.
I love it.
I
so
love
that
it.
comes a little hot because of our chicken rub.
Oh, give me some so I can rub it on myself. My God. Okay, go back to the story about you were smoking weed.
No, smoking fish. Yes, fish.
Bonita and barracuda.
Yes.
And then what happened?
And then in 2000, I joined the military right after high school, and I was sent to North Carolina and Georgia. And during my time in service, I would watch the old timers smoke meat for us.
Okay.
So you would have a huge field exercise, and then sometimes you'll get a whole hog, and they'll smoke the whole hog, and you haven't eaten anything good in a couple weeks. So that barbecue is super delicious.
And that's very North Carolina, right? They're
Yes.
very big on vinegar.
Yes.
They're very big on nose to tail, and they go whole hog
Yes.
in there, and then you go in and you break everything up, and then you chop it, and you don't know if you get a shoulder, you get belly, you
Yes.
get cheek, you get other parts of the pig, but then it gives you this flavor composition that you cannot describe unless you've had North Carolina barbecue.
Yes, yes.
And out of all the barbecues, and ever since Texas is the best, I prefer North Carolina style.
So it all of them are good.
Oh,
I
all
think
of them.
and you know what makes us California technique is that I really think is that we weren't scared to use old school techniques of a reverse offset smoker and utilize our Alto Sham, which is the new age technology. Because when you smoke barbecue, when you're infusing smoke, there's an accuracy.
Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna go ahead.
Now that accuracy is in a zone
Yep.
where it could be dry or it could be super moist. And when you use the bone,
Oh, it's a hunts.
thank you.
Okay.
So, but when it comes to the commercial unit, it has super precision. So I could land it. There's no fluctuation in heat.
Consistency is everything in a business, especially restaurants.
Yes.
Right? What I eat today is what I want to eat at 365 days from now. I want to eat this 5 years from now. I want it only to progress better.
Yes.
I want you to use the best ingredients. But cooking is a science.
Yes.
And when you break down the science of it, it takes all the emotions out of it. Oh, I still cook by the grams.
Okay.
So when I measure out my seasonings, it's to the gram. Of course I taste, of course I readjust.
Is that because you sell drugs by the gram?
No comment. But yes. No! And I started cooking in my career, 19 years ago, just by testing stuff. But you never know your baseline when it comes to food because you don't know what you actually put in there.
Yes.
And when they say, oh, can you recreate that? That was amazing. You can't. So I always tell young cooks and young chefs, buy a scale, not a weed scale, but buy a scale, kitchen scale, and really get stuff down to the 10 gram, 20 gram.
Yes, yes.
Because that's how you say, hey, it came out great, but it was this.
Yes.
I can adjust that. Right? Okay. The old timers are barbecuing. California food is all about, to me, seasonal, and it's about hyper locavore. So I want to buy stuff that's grown on farms nearby. I want to work with meats that are raised by cattle herders within our area.
Yes.
There's no reason to drive across country when you can get the very best stuff here, right? So California is always about seasonal. Ingredients some things are better in the summers.
Yes.
Tomatoes, vegetables. Some things are better in the wintertime. So you gotta adjust your food to what you have in season.
Yes.
You save a bunch of money on cost.
Yes.
You give people something that they can really, there's value in it. And the more I talk, the less I eat. So can you jump in? Can you jump in, please? What's that?
So those are actually barbecue egg rolls, which is our new creation. You can only find them at Holy Smokes. I'll explain it to you right now.
My face right now is I gotta eat 5 things and film 2 more times today. Okay, let's see what you got here.
Okay.
Here we go. Let's show the camera. There you go. All right, let's go.
So that's pulled pork, Monterey Jack cheese, and bell peppers. mixed in there.
Oh,
Yes. So it was one of those things, we had pulled pork left over and the quality wasn't there to serve it at the highest quality. So we had to recreate something instead of going with a soup or something that wasn't in time in the summer.
your wife will kick your ass, right?
Yeah. Less waste means better margins, right?
That's right.
So we decided to try an egg roll
Oh.
because my wife is Vietnamese.
Well, that's rich. My God.
You gotta try the tri-tip, the
I will.
pulled pork.
Oh, they're West Vietnamese, and they always say, I ain't scared of nothing. My wife is Vietnamese.
Oh.
I ain't scared of nothing. Scared of my wife, though.
That makes a lot of sense, though.
Hell yeah! I love you, Chang. I told my wife I love
I love you too, Scaren.
Scaring.
At work, they call her Scaren.
Ooh.
Actually, King Scaren.
Oh, okay. Oh my god. You are so
I'm
tough.
so dead.
That's smoked ring right there. That's smoked ring. That shows you that the smoke has permeated into the beef to try to. I don't want to swallow right now.
You have to, though.
Good job.
Thank you.
Okay. Continue on with the story about where are we at right now. Also, we were.
My wife's nickname, King Scaren. Because she hires and fires people here. And nobody's scared of me, actually, for some reason.
Really?
Yeah.
We gotta work on that. You look too lovable, dude. That's your problem. Okay, so you watch your old timers barbecue. Mm-hmm. Great, and then what happened? And then you're hungry, so you're eating rations, MREs. You're eating. They ain't feeding you like filet mignon at the military.
No.
Really, you ain't eating like beef stroganoff every day? In-N-Out burgers still pop up there?
MRE, beef stroganoff, which isn't very
Really?
good. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're in the military for how many years?
4.5.
Okay. And then what?
I just learned how to smoke the ribs, smoke barbecue, pretty much watching older guys do it. Like you said, when you work with barbecue, I just realized you have time and temp you're working with.
Yeah.
And you're working against the meat, right? Because you're trying to get to a point where it's tender and
The muscle fibers will break down.
Yes.
And so it's a certain temperature that, oh, God, so good. Oh, I'm going to do.
So you're trying to break down the gelatinous and make it consistent in there.
What's in here, dude?
So that's our green chili, or
Woo!
our green sauce, which is 4 different chilies that we
But
roast.
it's not green, by the way.
Yes.
Just let you guys know, it's not green, it's brown.
But it's 4 different green chilies that we roast and we blend into our sauce.
You know my favorite technique?
Yes.
Is roasting.
Yes.
Smoking requires some sort of equipment, right?
Yes, yes.
You can cold smoke, you can hot smoke, whatever. It requires equipment.
Yes.
I love roasting because it all requires is an oven
Yes.
and time and a little bit of oil, salt, pepper.
Gotcha.
And what you can do to the simplest things,
Yes.
right? Roasting tomatoes brings a different flavor out.
Oh, yes, yes.
Roasting chilies, roasting onions.
Yes.
It just brings a different dynamic.
Brings a lot of sweetness and
Yeah.
caramelization.
Caramelization.
Yes.
Caramelization. You got that word. Okay.
Big SAT word.
Okay. So you moved back from North Carolina to California after 4 years.
Yes.
Okay. And then what happened?
I went to school.
Okay.
Went to USC. Fight
Frozen.
on. Went there for undergrad and then grad school,
Okay.
and then
Got a job. And
got a job, started living, met my wife, changed my life.
was she scary at that time?
What's
Was
that?
she scary, Karen, at that?
No, she was a lot nicer.
What happened?
I think we got married.
Happened.
Or she hid it from me. I'm so dead after this.
You're so dead. No, actually,
Yeah.
this will go up for at least a month.
Yeah.
So you got 30 days to find a new apartment.
Okay,
You got
okay.
30 days to find an apartment, and then it is RIP, Tony. It's RIP. All right. Chicken.
Yes.
Was really good. The tri-tip. Again,
Yes.
the smoke ring brings so much flavor to the beef. The pulled pork,
Yes.
that might be one of the best pulled porks I've ever had in my life. I ain't shitting you, dude. I shit you not. I thought maybe one of the best pulled pork I ever had in my life.
Thank you, thank
I
you.
mean,
That
love
means a
pulled
lot.
pork. I'm gonna eat the sandwich right now, and then we're gonna go into the corn, and then the egg rolls.
Yes.
And we are at 20 minutes done, 20 minutes left. Tell a story about how the Paisanos, the Cardanos, they sold you this place.
So the the Cadaro family owned Paisanos, and I was best friends with their nephew, Anthony Cadaro.
Uh-huh.
And his main uncle who owned the restaurant passed away, and his other uncle was running it, but didn't want to run it anymore.
Yeah.
So his lease was coming up, and he wanted to get out. So he sold me the business, and I took over or renewed a lease on March 6, 2020,
Yeah.
which was 10 days before COVID shut down everything.
Okay. Now we're into nitty gritty about what's up. This is with Fox News 11 did a expose? No, a news piece on you, and it was really touching, dude. I mean, you go to some SHIT right now. So tell the audience what COVID was like as a business owner, first timer, business owner. Have you even practiced smoking at a time?
No, I wasn't. I was just trying to build the place out, and it was hard to come to a place that wasn't getting built because none of the jurisdictions having authority approved my plan. So realistically, for 9 months, we were dead in the water, and we just saw a shell of a building.
Oh. And then, of course, ADA handicap bathrooms are the hardest thing to do.
Yes.
I had problems with my first restaurant. It was in an older building. And to get things up to ADA
Yes.
spec, it is.
So the problem is the existing businesses get to run on the standards that they got approved on.
Yep.
And then the new businesses get a standard that's above and beyond, that's barely reachable for any man alive, which is very hard for new businesses because they have to meet the new standards that they came up with.
Continue on, I'm eating.
Yes. So it was really rough trying to open, and then in November we finally got an opportunity to start construction, or in October, and then
Your permits?
permits were pulled, everything was approved to go, and then the inspection process started. So we started building, we got everything done around, I would say around March timeframe, but during construction I was down because I had to have brain surgery.
That's the scar.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, talk about that. If you want to or not.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
So it's okay. I rarely think about it because we came so far. I try not to think about the things that happened in the past. But it was rough for my wife. So
Don't call her scared anymore, do you?
so the hardest part was that my surgery was supposed to be an hour and ended up being 5 hours, which was really rough. I was gone, so I didn't know what was going on. But for my wife, it was probably really rough.
We love you, Karen.
I love you, Karen.
Do your little finger thing, dude. That's a new Korean thing. Yeah. All right. Yeah, well. Okay.
So we go into construction. We finally pass. We get to open in May. So
May of
May
2021?
2021. And so
So we're now 13, 14 months.
I didn't get to open for 14 months. I just had to bite down and hold hard.
And when you mean bite down, I mean there's a towel, and then there's no lube, and then you really got to take it.
Like, I hope I didn't,
Sure you
but
want to do this with me?
so I mean, basically, we had to bunker down. I had told the landlord I couldn't pay him or 7-Eleven because I didn't get to open my doors.
Yeah.
It would have financially drained me, and I would have never been able to recover.
Yeah.
So I came up with the solution of, how about I start paying you when my doors open?
I agree. There are laws to protect landlords. As a leasee, we need to pay the leaseor. Okay, that's cool. But there is also a right as a business owner, as a leasee, to say, hey, I'm going to give you plenty of notice that I cannot pay. That I'm not going to pay because I can't keep my doors open.
Yes. So me and the property manager started off completely wrong because
Bring some soju over. Bring some soju. Bring some Calvin Jim.
Well,
And it's party time, dude.
well, they, as a property owner, they send you a 30-page lease, and when you don't agree on something, they just change it so it goes back into your court and you're more. So I had a problem with my air conditioner, and I told her it's not running. So instead of going, hey, we'll fix it for you, Kennedy Wilson said, hey, you own the HVAC now.
Oh.
and just threw me another contract.
Now remember, he's been doing construction all his life, so this is not something that you can just throw at you and say, "Hey, I don't know my rules, my law. I don't know the jurisdiction as a leasee."
Yes.
You know what's up.
So I took the bullet because I wanted the space because it was kind of my wife's dream for it. Even though the timing was wrong, I signed for it, and I told her that I know what you did on our lease, and that started me with a bad trail with this property manager.
Yeah.
I did not ask for permission for my patio where I did mess up, but as a property owner, you would think you would give tenants the best fighting chance possible to survive so you could collect rent.
I will say this: a landlord is not in the business to hold a vacant property.
Yes.
They're in the business to keep the property filled.
Yes.
So that they can bring money in for their clients.
Yes.
Okay, so in this situation, you can, especially in this day and age, if this place went under, how many employees wouldn't have jobs? How many suppliers would not be able to sell? How many people in the community wouldn't have a place to go? Holy smokes!
Well, that's the real problem, is that certain people have positions and certain people with egos try to destroy other people's dreams, and that shouldn't happen because of their ego or bad, I guess, or a bad relationship.
Yeah.
It's beyond that. Like, trying to ruin somebody because you didn't get along with them or disagree with them is a complete different path.
That is not only spiteful, but I think that goes against some sort of, that's some real estate law where you cannot judge somebody, right, John? It has to be. I mean, has to be
my rebuttal to the property manager was that none of the other Kennedy Wilson properties are getting rid of their patios, and this is the only property that I know of that needs to get rid of their patio. And it seemed like it was targeting me. And that's the reason I put up this fight, was that they started targeting me for no reason. How's that?
You have Monterey Jack lying around, if you have some really good pulled pork lying around,
Come to Holy Smokes.
roll that up in the egg roll wrapper, deep fry it, do the 4 chili green sauce, and this might be my favorite thing to eat out of everything. This is the most easiest thing
It is.
to make. I like simple food. I mean,
Yes.
Okay, so where are you at now with what's going on, and what do you want to happen in 2022? Which, by the way, is around the corner. We are now in September.
Yes.
This video will go up in October. So I mean, we're almost close. What do you want?
From the landlord or from?
Just the
in
landlord.
general?
The landlord.
Oh, well, I would like to stay at this location. I didn't ask for permission to build the patio, but I did what I needed to survive.
Yeah.
The smoker itself changed our cooking in eons, or the flavor is uncomparable. The stick burner itself, we use a Ben Lang, which he's been making reverse offset smokers for the past 30 years. And we use one of his 84 model or a deluxe model. And so, but it infuses the most smoke you could get. And I couldn't get that out of my commercial machines. So when I added this patio, or when I went for this patio, I doubled down and got the smoker, which caused a big fight between me and my wife. But I told her it would create a chum line from here to the freeway, because you could
Chum
smoke.
line. That's a fishing term. It's also a porn term, my friend. Also a porn term. All right. What are your 3 goals for next year?
Oh, sorry.
What are your 3 goals for next year? What do you want to see for yourself, and for the business, and for the family?
So one thing for our business, this is Southern California barbecue, and to give the history of barbecue, many cultures have influenced it. In Texas, East Texas, it's the first emancipated slaves. That's the flavor of East Texas barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
Central Texas comes from German and Czech roots. And then you have barbacoa, or in the South, you have barbacoa, which is the Mexican roots and the flavors.
That's right.
But in Southern California, we don't have a mainstay of barbecue. and I truly want to come out with our flavors of people or ethnic groups that haven't touched smoked barbecue.
Okay.
I want to infuse flavors of ethnicities, of five spice, of bulgogi brisket maybe. We're still in the works of coming out with these, but I had to come out with my American smoked barbecue so that people could gain traction.
Sure.
And then now I could start adding our different flavors
But
to it.
these flavors in itself, for the most part, it is you.
Yes.
These are stuff that you want for the consumers to eat. This is stuff that you are proud of preparing.
Yes.
You know, whether you use different spices or different flavors, different techniques, the bottom line is that smoker is everything. And you sitting there and feeding the fire and building that flavor composition, that's what I'm getting when I eat your food. Like it is just love on a metal tin tray.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You know, I couldn't do this with my great staff. Without my great staff, they work super hard for us to bring the best food. They even check me that the quality's not good. Don't send this out. As a business owner, I try to get it out, but you know,
that's good.
Yes.
It's a team atmosphere. It's a very family-esque environment. The moment I walked in, they were just greeting me, and I'm like, "Who do you think I am, Jackie Chan?" And they said no. I'm like, "Well, I am." But it is wholesome. It's in a strip mall. It's next to a cocktail bar.
Yes.
They get rowdy over there? They get ratchet?
Sometimes it's an old school neighborhood bar, so sometimes they could get rowdy.
Yeah. Are you out of spoons? Do you need a spoon?
You could just touch the button now.
It was stuck. That's
Okay, got it. All right. For first-time entrepreneurs that are doing restaurants right now, do you have any advice for them? Don't say run. Don't say run.
So one, in the state of California, I'll look at the fat, oils, and grease agreement between the city, because that could be cumbersome. Myself, I had to spend an extra $40,000 out of budget to meet sewer interceptor in the back versus mechanical units under the sink. So that also caused a lot of problems, because I know the ordinances, how to meet them or how to meet these goals that they have, and they wanted to approach it a different way. But
you spent grease trap from before it hits the main line, right?
So you could put a grease trap at the sinks, which is a mechanical unit, and you empty out.
Yeah.
Or they could dig up 1,200 yards or 1,200 gallons of dirt in the back and put in a concrete huge tank that's the size of a bus.
What?
Yeah, so it depends how the city understands these laws, because in the city of La Palma, they only want the biggest and baddest thing, which ended up being sewer interceptors.
Or was it even the budget for you to do it?
No, it wasn't. I thought I could get away with mechanical unit under the
sink. We have a mechanical underneath, and then we have one on the way to the main line.
Yes.
We have one more that we have access to, but oh man.
But then buying those small mechanical units is a lot less than buying a 1,200
Oh hell
gallon.
yeah!
Yes.
Hell yeah!
And then the amount of work.
All right.
Yes.
With that being said, so your tip to young restaurateurs is see what the agreement is for your oil.
One is make sure you want it and how hard you're going to go for it, right?
How
hard you're going to work.
Opening a restaurant is not as glamorous as Hollywood makes it.
Oh, not at all.
When was your last vacation?
I haven't had one.
There you go. When was the last time you had a Christmas? There you go. Everything goes out the window because it's sacrificed for the greater good, and the greater good is not us. No one comes in and says, "Oh, hey, can we do a TV show for you?" No, I still sweep my floors. I still mop my floors. I still hustle.
Yes, sir. You still got to put love into it.
Yes, you do. With that being said, 40 minutes is almost done.
Yes.
How'd you feel?
I felt great.
Good?
Yeah.
You gonna go wank one off right now in the bathroom?
No, I'm good.
Good. But if you guys enjoyed the video that you guys just watched and you want to see more of it, there is a link in the description below for my Venmo, my PayPal. Consider donating or pledging some money to the channel. It allows me to go support small businesses all around the states, maybe the globe. $1, $2, $5, $10. What's this plate cost?
It's like 27.
Or $27. Consider pledging $27 for this plate of food. I'll pay for everything else. But go out there, support small businesses. Go meet Tony. He's a great guy. He has some really bad dick jokes, which he didn't bring out in this show like he promised. You have one?
No, my mom might watch this.
Oh, damn. But yeah, go out there, support small businesses. Go and meet the owners. I think they'd love to see faces again. You know, I know there's delivery, there's DoorDash, there's Uber Eats, there's all this other stuff, but they take 30% of our profits, top line. Before I even get a chance to pay for this fork, they were taking 30%. So the best thing that you guys can do if you want delivery is call the restaurant, find them on Facebook, find them on Instagram, order directly.
Definitely.
It helps us small business out. Or come down here, see this face. Look at this. This is a face
Our
that
food does taste better when you eat it here versus traveling home.
100%.
Yes.
You want to go in and have the experience.
Yes.
You want to go in and be the smells, the sounds, the video games, the metal trash can. I'm just looking right now to see what I see.
Our smoker.
Our smoker. Well, now, his smoker. Come check it out. Take a picture with it. Put it on your OnlyFans and tag me on there, and maybe I don't have OnlyFans. I'm just kidding. Like the video. It really helps. Subscribe to the channel. We always love seeing subscribers. Comment below what's your favorite barbecue. You know, what's your favorite technique? What's your favorite cut? If you have any ideas for Tony and his food. But comment below. We'll be on there. We'll be chatting with you guys. We'll be interacting. But again, support small business. Go out there, make a friend. What's your address there?
5440 Orange Thorpe Avenue.
If you see an Arco in the front, they're behind the Arco. That's the best we can say.
We're on the cross street of Orange Thorpe and Walker.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
Is that Walker right here?
Yes.
Okay.
The Walker goes this way
This
and
way.
Orange Thorpe goes
Yeah.
this way.
And come out and be part of the community, because you're doing this not for fame or notoriety. You're doing this to take care of your family, be a good man. But the main thing is by supporting the community. So go out there and support this guy. I didn't do that. That's pretty much it, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Calvin Bui, aka Captain Charisma. Anthony Kim, I'll just call you Tony. You can find, I'll leave the description below on how to find Holy Smokes, their Instagram page, their Facebook page, their website, their everything.
Thank you.
And come out. Yeah, man. You dig
Thank
it? Peace out.
Let me pack this stuff up for you.
Well, I
Or
mean,
you-
yeah.
No?
You
Yeah?
should. Yeah, you should.
If
It's a
you
lot
want,
of food.
I could eat it.
You could.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, I don't want to.
why not?
I'll pack it up for you.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank
Peace
you.
out, guys. See you later. I just have the camera rolling.